Hi friends, this lesson is for Module 6, Lesson 20. This weekend, Miles and I did a super fun activity. See, I had this jar that we've been filling up to save our coins for the next time that we go on a trip to Universal, because Miles wants to buy a really cool toy. So, this weekend I realized it was finally full. We were super excited as we went to the dining room table and dumped out our jar of coins to start counting our money. But then we quickly realized all coins are not worth the same amount. There are a whole bunch of different types of coins. So we had to go ahead and sort them by the different types and then add them up according to their value. That's so perfect because A, we've been talking about money lately, and then B, our learning goal for today has all to do with coins. Our learning goal says, I can identify and say the value for pennies, dimes, and nickels. So, what's this coin, friend? Yeah, that's right. It's a dime. Go ahead and say the word dime. Good job. Now a dime is worth 10 cents. They're little, but they're worth quite a bit. Now, if I'm going to be drawing a dime on my own, like if I have a worksheet that I'm filling out or a good test that I'm doing, or if I just want to show my thinking as I'm adding up, I'm not going to draw all of those details that are on the dime. That would be a lot of extra work. What I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to go ahead and draw a circle with 10 on the inside. Why do you think I put 10 on the inside? Oh my word, you're so smart. Yeah, because a dime is worth 10 cents. Perfecto. Now we've done this before with dimes and then also with our next coin. Yeah, the penny. You're right, friend. Now a penny is a little bit bigger than the dime, and as you can see, it's a different color. Now pennies are only worth 1 cent. They're actually the smallest coin we have here. Now pennies, I wouldn't draw all the details of Abraham Lincoln if I was going to draw it on my dry erase board or on a math worksheet. Instead, I could just go ahead and do a circle, and what number do you think I'm going to put on the inside? Yeah, a 1, because pennies are only worth 1, or 1 cent. All right, and then today we're talking about a brand new coin that we really haven't talked about much. It's this guy. This one is called the nickel. Go ahead and say nickel. Good job, friend. Now the nickel is another silver coin, as you can see, and he's a little bit bigger than the penny, way bigger than the dime, but he's worth an amount that's in between the penny and the dime. He's actually worth 5 cents. Now, of course, I'm going to draw the details that I see on the nickel right there. I'm going to slide him over. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a what, friend? Yeah, a circle with a 5 in the middle. Today what we're going to be doing is not only are we figuring out what the coins are and how much they're worth, but also, like, what could we exchange? Like, I know we have our wallets where we have our 10 ones, and as soon as we get to 10 ones, we get a cash amount for a $10 bill. Do you agree? You can do the same thing with coins. Let me show you. So here I have a dime, and a dime is worth, yes, good, 10 cents. All right, I'm going to go ahead and slide him over so you can see those two would go together. Now, if you're on a worksheet and you have a dime picture of like an actual dime, you can just go ahead, just like I did right there, and draw a 10 right on top of him so you don't forget how much he's worth. Sometimes that helps me to remember because sometimes I get confused as I'm looking at all of the different coins on a worksheet. All right, so if a dime is worth 10 cents, what if I got pennies and I wanted to make the value of a dime? It's kind of like our dollar bills. If I have 10 pennies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I would have the same amount. A dime is 10 cents, but 10 pennies is also 10 cents. See how I can make different values according to the different coins that I want to add in. All right, let's try another one. Let's try to make 10 cents again. All right, I'm going to slide him over. But you know what? In our worksheet, the dime might not actually be there, or if I'm doing my good work. Now, I want to go ahead and make 10 cents, but instead of with pennies, I want to use nickels. So I'm going to go ahead and do equal sign. And then a nickel. Nickel. How much are nickels worth? I know they're in between pennies and dimes. Oh, yeah, 5. So I'm going to do a nickel. That's 5. How many more nickels do I need to make to get to 10 cents? Yeah, one more, because 5 plus 5 is 10. 5, 10, I can count by 5s. All right, so if I was doing this on my own, I would be drawing those good circles with 5s in the middle. And now you can clearly see 10 cents for the dime is equal to 2 nickels. 5 and 5. All right. What if we think about this like a number bond? If I had the dime as the whole amount, or the 10, and I wanted to put those nickels in there to show the two parts that I could use to make a 10 cents, I could put a nickel there and a nickel right there. Because if I add 5 plus 5, I could equal that together to make the 10. You can use number bonds to help you figure out the different parts, because remember, the two parts should equal the whole amount. And if we're trying to find different coins that you can mix together to equal the same amount as another coin, number bonds are usually pretty helpful. All right, so here we go. How can we make 10? If you don't already have one, can you get a dry erase board and a marker or your math journal? Because we're going to try a couple of these together. All right, press pause while you're getting all your good stuff, and we'll press play again to begin our work. All right, ready? All right, so how can we make 10? I'm going to go ahead and give you the first one. I'm going to give you a dime. Can you go ahead on your dry erase board or your with your marker or your math journal, can you go ahead and draw a circle with a 10 in it? Because you can make 10 cents with one dime. Do you agree? Good job, friend. All right, now as you can see, I have 3 empty spots. We're going to do the next one together. I'm going to see if you can come up with 2 more on your own. All right, I'm going to give you a hint. In the next spot over, I'm going to do 1 nickel. Now, the other part I want you to make, or I want you to add to the 1 nickel, are pennies. So go ahead and do a circle with 5, and then underneath it, draw however many pennies you would need to equal 10. When you're done drawing your pennies, go ahead and press play so you can check yourself. Are you ready? So you should have a 5 with a circle around it, and then you should have some 1s with circles around it to show your pennies. So I had 5, and now I'm just going to go ahead and draw 1s with circles around them for pennies until I get to 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Did you get 5 pennies? Ah, you're such a rock star. All right, let's try that third one. Here we go. What if this time I start with a nickel again, but I only want to use 1 more coin to add to that nickel? Can you go ahead and draw on your dry erase board what other coin could I add? Just 1 coin. Last time we had to use 5 coins, the 5 pennies. Just 1 more coin to add to that nickel to get to 10 cents. Oh, I cannot even trick you. Did you do another nickel? Oh, you're so good, friend. Perfecto. All right. This time, in that very, very last box, I want you to do all pennies. So show me how many pennies you'd have to put there in order to equal 10 cents. Press pause while you do your good work and press play to check yourself. Ready, friend? You did all those pennies already? Good. Did you do 10 pennies? I hope that you did, because pennies are only worth 1 cent. So if we want to equal 10, we'd have to, of course, do 10 pennies. Good job. On the count of 3, let's go ahead and give ourselves a super clap for working so hard. 1, 2, 3. Way to rock it, friends. All right, let's keep cruising. Now here you'll see that I have a nickel on one side and groups of pennies on the other side. Go ahead and turn and tell your neighbor, which group of pennies would equal the value of that nickel? The top one or the bottom one? Do you have your good answer? Did you say the top one? Oh, good job. Yeah, a nickel is worth 5 cents. And that top row shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies. 5 pennies would equal 5 cents too. We wouldn't want to do the bottom row. That'd be 10 cents. Too many, too many. All right, quiz time. What are these coins? Let's start with the first one. On the count of 3, I want you to go ahead and tell your neighbor what that first coin is. 1, 2, 3. I hope you said nickel. Good job. What about that middle coin? On the count of 3, can you tell me what coin that is? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, a penny. He's pretty easy to remember normally because he's a different color. Ooh, and that last guy, he looks big there, but he's pretty tiny in real life. What is he? 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, a dime. Good. All right, tricky, tricky, tricky part. Now that we know what they are, let's talk about how much they're worth. A nickel. Ooh, nickel. How much is a nickel worth? I know it's in between a penny and a dime. Can you go ahead and whisper it to your neighbor? Yeah, did you say 5 cents? It is worth 5 cents. Good job. What about that penny? Ooh, how much is a penny worth? Ding, 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 ding. You got it right. 1 cent. And the last one, even though he's tiny, he's worth quite a bit. Yeah, you've got that right. 10 cents. Good job, friend. Today's learning goal says I can identify and say the value for pennies, dimes, and nickels, and that's exactly what we've been working on. Okay, friend, it's your turn. I want you to go ahead and get an exit ticket from your teacher. At the top it says, match the pennies to the coins with the same value. You're going to see a dime and a nickel on the side. You're just going to go ahead and connect the ones. Now, number 2 is kind of tricky. You have to use your good brain. It says, Ben has 10 cents. He has 1 nickel and draw however many coins he would need to get to 10. So I see 1 nickel and he needs to get to 10 cents. Now you have lots of different options, but as long as you end up with 10 cents, you're good to go. Good luck, friend.